Hey everybody, welcome back to another Loomian Legacy video. Now, on my last video I made about Loomian Legacy, I was talking about Route 9 and the possible chances that we might get an update on it soon. But recently, today, on July 14th, we got something that happened that might change the game forever. So, the same user from the last video, he now goes by Bolt on Twitter, but he went onto Twitter early in the morning, so you can see it on the screenshot. It was 6:59 when he released this tweet, but he said hashtag Loomian Legacy. Oh boy, it gets even worse. Some dude in Value Village, which if you don't know what that is, it is basically a Discord server where people go to trade and to see what values are from Loomians. But to continue, he was like, has somehow got it into the game's code and found a feature that may come with Route 9 as an attempt to make a modded version of Loomian Legacy. Looks like we're gonna get Loomian Legacy ripoffs before Route 9. In the screenshot, you can tell that there are 3 photos that he provided, with one of them being the what he leaked. So basically, you can see that in the PC box, which if you go on Loomian Legacy and go in the regular game, and you go to the settings icon inside of the PC box, you see that there are only 3 options in the current game, which are rename, wallpaper, and release all. Those are the only 3 options. But in this screenshot, you can see there is one and last and final option called arrange, which basically what it is just in the name. You can arrange your boxes now in the future of Loomian Legacy. Now, this is a feature that a lot of people have been asking for, but it seems that it is finally coming into Loomian Legacy in the next update. But in the screenshots, you can tell that there are the 4 sections, just like I stated, and then there is another screenshot where it shows the boxes, the PC boxes, and how you want to rearrange them. Now, that is one of the leaks that came out from the hacker. So there is another leak that apparently came from another Twitter user called Hero Waffles, who responded to that first tweet saying they also leaked the symbol sheet, so we know what the corrupt symbol looks like now. He provided a photo of the several icons that we know of inside of Loomian Legacy, such as the Alpha, Gamma, Event Variant, Secret, Radiant, Trained, First Edition, and the Collab icon. But there is one and last final icon that we have not seen yet inside of Loomian Legacy, which is corrupt. So what exactly does this mean? I'm making a big deal out of it because of the fact that because we have an icon that says corrupt, we might actually be able to catch corrupt Loomians inside of Loomian Legacy in the future. Apparently, this isn't like the first time that it's been talked about, and actually, apparently, we actually do get a clip of it somewhere. I don't know. I can't find it, and I didn't really want to dig into it too much, but it does seem that we are in fact going to be able to catch corrupts later in the future. But Bolt also tweeted more stuff about the hacker who leaked even more stuff inside of Loomian Legacy, which he says more stuff that got leaked, and then it shows 4 screenshots. So the first one in the top left corner says it's the hacker who said, forgot about that, the team builder, have a look, and he shares a file of the Battle Coliseum inside of Loomian Legacy. Now, whether or not the file actually has a Battle Coliseum, I don't know. I didn't find it for myself. This is just a screenshot. But in the next screenshot, you can see that he provided a inside of Roblox Studio look, where he actually does have a couple of models inside of Loomian Legacy. Now, I know it's kind of small, but in the photo, I don't really know what exactly is around and what routes or places this he took this from. But in the photo, you can see that there is a sphere. That sphere is a Atlantean city. Yes, you heard me right. That is a Atlantean city. So the fact that he has these models kind of shows that he actually might have got into the files. But there is another screenshot on the bottom left where you can see that there is a UI that kind of looks like Pokemon Red Bronze, but you will see that the names are from Loomian Legacy. And you can see that there is a Absurdragon, sorry if I mispronounced that, but the Loomian inside of the photo. So you can tell that they actually took stuff from Loomian Legacy. Now they're in the final and last screenshot in the bottom right, you can see that, okay, it looks normal, it just looks like Loomian Legacy when you pick your starter. No, you can see that it says, okay, LARPing Legacy, pick any Loomian you like. So apparently they're naming this game something like LARPing Legacy, just because I guess they're LARPing Loomian Legacy. But you can see that the actual UI, the cutscene from the actual game where you can pick your starter, they actually took that. And I don't really know what this means for the future of the game, but I just know that it might not be a good thing for us. But now I'm gonna move on to what the hacker had to say. So this is just gonna be about what he had to say about the whole him doing the hacking and what exactly he's just trying to gain out of it, but also other stuff that he might have found. So we're gonna start off with the first screenshot with him saying, "I only had one account that they know of, and it was my Arrows Dev account, which I don't care if it got banned." And someone asked, "Did they even game ban it?" He said they finally did. Yes, LOL. And the person responded saying, "Surprised they didn't do it the first." Well, I'm thinking they're trying to save time, but and they said it only took 2 weeks of constant exploiting. Then he continued to say, "Brad likely got made aware of it. My ban happened, and a lot of people got banned, like Cal losing 3 accounts. I don't really care though. I already got everything I need from Loomian Legacy, map-wise and Loomians. Just need the event Loomians." Then that's when he proceeded to later on say, "Oh yeah, lads, leaked Loomian Legacy feature, which shows the arrange feature that I was talking about earlier in the video." And then someone asked, "Does it work?" And he said, "I took it from Loomian Legacy. It's just not open to the public yet. LOL. It's coded though." So this means that it is already basically inside of Loomian Legacy. It's just not released to the public. Then he also says we have working energy systems, etc. now as well. We getting there. Once all the main UIs are complete, we'll be focusing on battles and model system. And then someone said Loomian LARPing with order arranging already a 1-up. And then he responded to this saying, "In the intro it actually says LARPing Legacy Studios." And then someone asked, "What else can you find?" And then he responded saying, "Well, they have a dev mode button in the PC, which is only available in the studio." He says, "I assume for devs to spawn stuff." Which, I mean, I feel like we already knew that because developers tend to spawn stuff at certain times when they're playing the game. But now we know where they actually like spawn it from. There's another screenshot where he says, he responds to someone asking, "Do you have files on what this is called?" Which is referring to the Loomian that we don't know the name of, but we know the nickname called Starla. And he responded saying yes and Starla, and someone said, bruh, because he didn't really provide any information there. We already knew that. But he said it's called Starla in the event. Literally in the event scripting, it's modeled out Starla. It used to have no name at all, even in the files, but it's changed now. Basically what this means is that inside of like the names inside of Studio, it is still Starla and does not in fact have a name. Then there is another screenshot where it shows him just sending a screenshot of the several Loomian Legacy or the Loomian models that he has, and he says 301 Loomians. I can't get event models without having owned them though. So anyone trying to donate an account which has a lot of event Loomians, let me know. And it's just basically him asking for to try to get the models of the event Loomians. And then he basically stated in this last screenshot his reasoning as to why he did this. He said, "I'm gonna shove it in Brad's face. Nobody said I'm doing it for the money. He's just doing it for the love of the game." He said, I'm gonna piss him off and maybe make him work on his game for more than 5 minutes a month." But yeah, I don't know really what to think about this. I think it kind of will screw Loomian Legacy in the future, just because of the fact that the developers the first time around, they had a issue with Pokemon Red Bronze files got leaked, which caused so many copies, and which is why we see the mini copies of Pokemon Red Bronze now. And if they do it again with Loomian Legacy, it's definitely gonna demotivate them, and I don't really know how to feel about that. Just the fact that we don't really get updates now, and if they get demotivated now, it's not going to help us. But yeah, there's a last and final screenshot that I have here from the whole thing. But Bolt again on Twitter tweeted out saying, "I'm struggling to decipher whatever this means, but was revealed that this had to do with the Gleam mods." And it shows a screenshot, which is a script, and it just has a couple of words there. It says corrupt and Gleam. And then a user by the name of Utopian, which is actually one of the developers for Tales of Tenario, responded to this saying, "That's just for 2D images, likely for corrupt icons or something similar." So there you have it. That is the answer to that. Yeah, that's pretty much all of the screenshots that I have from that. We'll see what happens. The developers have yet to respond to the situation. I mean, it just happened not that long ago, actually. At the time I'm recording this, it is currently 11:30 a.m. and this happened like like a couple of hours ago. But yeah, let me know what y'all think in the comments below, and if you haven't, like and subscribe. But like I said, let me know what y'all think in the comments. I think it's crazy that this even happened. But yeah, I'll see you on the next video. Goodbye.